as a gift from the school a pencil holder for the purpose of education.
We welcome you to unveil this plaque to commemorate the Green Garden School 28 years of service to God and humanity.
This plaque was laid during the 28th graduation ceremony by Reverend Father Patrick Kariuki Njau, Diploma in Counseling Psychology, Amani College, Financial Administrator at the Contemplative Evangelizers on 26th of October 2016 to commemorate the 28 years in service to God and humanity. Colossians chapter 3:23.
Love.
come before you this morning. Want to thank you, want to glorify your name, O God. Want to thank you for the gift of life. Want to thank you for the gift of this day that you've granted us, O Lord. Above all, dear Lord, we want to thank and praise you, O God, for the good weather that you've granted us this morning, O Lord. We thank you and glorify your name, O Lord. We pray, dear Father, that you even as we start this day, dear Lord, we pray that you may guide us and protect us, O Lord. So far it has been your will, dear Lord, for all the things that have been planned for God, and now it is also your will, dear Lord, that this is going to take place, dear Father. We pray, Lord, even for the parents who are yet to arrive, O God, that you may hasten their steps, O God. Keep them safe as they drive, as they walk, dear Lord, as even as they come to the school to graduation ceremony, O Lord. We pray, Lord, that even as they come, we are going to celebrate the victory of our candidates, O Lord, at the end of the year, and even at the end of all the work that they've done for the 8 years, O Lord, and for the 4 years they've been in school. We commit each and every activity that is going to be carried out today unto your hands. What you've not prayed for, dear Lord, we pray that the Holy Spirit may intercede. We pray this believing and trusting in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Let's sing our school anthem. This is a school
of anthem. Since the Green Garden School has prepared for me to be the president of the school, I will also put leadership and I'll support my fellow students to the benefit of my community. I will do my best to all the well of the students. I salute the Green Garden School for giving me this opportunity.
like me. Will I be able? Yes, you can. It's so easy. Like this. Come on. Hey, wow, wow. Amazing, amazing. Kunywa kadogo itakufanya sahau shida zote. Rada-rada nigane tuingie ndani. Hey! Hey! Hey, niaje msupa. Niaje msupa. I want to be able, I know just a little bit. It's good for you. Take more. Take more. And more. Let's go to my house and show you where I live.
skills. The guest of honor, our guests, directors, the teachers, our parents and teachers, students, and all members of the mission for work tonight, allow us to present to you a dance from Northern Uganda.
Thank you.
and boys were doing, I think now you'd be taking me to the hospital. But one day I used to do that. And I would do it, I would dance and I would sing and dance and sing, and here I am. So let no one despise your youth. So when you see them dancing, I know some of you are wondering, what are these now doing when they are naked? You also did that when you were at your youth. And if you never did it, then there is a question mark. So let them enjoy. Actually, if you tell them not to dance, then you fight. Are we together? So let them dance, let them do whatever they want, because this is their time. And one day they will be 60 years, seated there like Teacher Njenga, without knowing what to do next. I have learned that coming together as we have done, or as we did at the beginning of the year, it marked the beginning of the year, 2018. We were here. And because of working together, round the year, I know there has been a progress. At the same time, we have come now to end the year together today. And this one will give us a success. Say Bwana asifiwe. I'm not preaching. And for this to happen, to start together, to work together, to end the year together, for this to have happened, we must learn to forgive and to walk with one another. I may have done something that is not good to you. The school may not have done what you expected. I, as the teacher, may have not seen from you what I expected. But let me tell you, because we started together and we have worked together, we are ending together, we have forgiven one another, then we shall have a what? A success. And that is why a day like today, when the weather people were saying that it will rain between 70 and 90%, and you can see the day is bright. Is that all something to say? Bwana asifiwe. In the course of the year, our motto was having an anchor that we can hold on. Having an anchor that we can hold on. I have an anchor that keeps the soul steadfast and sure. Good. That was our year's motto. And so we were looking for an anchor to hold on. And in the course of the year, we realized that we need you as the parent to hold on, being our mentors. So as you carry these children, you take them home. And as even the others are coming home on Wednesday, and others will come home on 23rd. Is it 23rd or 24th? Woo! Yeah. They will need you to be a mentor, a role model. Therefore, it is upon you to know what kind of a child you want. Because you will mentor them, you will be their role model, they will copy you, watafuata nyayo zako. Are we together? That is what we have learned. That they will follow you, they will take the steps that you take. So check on your life, check on your movement, check on your ways, check on your talk, check on your language and all that. Because that's what we have learned in the course of the year. Thank you so much. Mine is to invite the chairman of the Green Garden Schools, who has happened to be my husband, Dr. Keyoro, So Dr. Kiero, you are welcome to this place and talk to these parents. I think I interact with them every day. They are good parents and they listen, and I'm sure they are going to listen. Thank you.
Our guest of honor, distinguished guests, parents, teachers, pupils, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. As usual, I thought today I was just about to invite the guest of honor. However, Teacher Jenga has asked me to make a few remarks and say that we welcome you to this important graduation ceremony. It's also our closing of the school occasion. And you are turning up in these numbers is a testimony that you are really committed to this school. When we are planning for this day, remember this is a working day, we thought it would not be possible for you to come. But we are surprised that you have been able to turn in large numbers. You have possibly asked for permission from your various places of work, and that you are here. We highly appreciate that you have been able to show that you have a concern and love for the school which your student goes to. I'm happy to report that the schools are run smoothly, and all programs that we had in the course of the year have been very, very successful. We have had a very, very successful year. All the programs, all the arrangements, all the plans we made went very, very smoothly, and I'm happy to report this. In academics, we are progressing very, very well, and as you'll be briefed by the teachers, and also you will also receive the reports that are going to come to you from your children. May I mention again that we have already engulfed or embraced the new curriculum, and we have prepared our teachers appropriately. And I commend our teachers who have worked very hard in the course of the year, not only to embrace the curriculum, but to fully understand it and be able to do what is required by the so-called competency-based curriculum. Parents, our curriculum in the Green Garden School has always been like this. However, at the national level, we have, as I said last year, we have the competence-based curriculum, which will require a total involvement of the parent. Not only the total involvement of the parent, a time has come that we need to allow our children become what they should be. The children are now shouting, and every learner in this country is shouting, my career, my choice. We are not going to have situations as we had in the past, where our children and all our learners would end up doing or engaging in careers they had never dreamed of. Careers that have either been dictated by the parents or have been dictated by the system of education that we have. And I must say that is what we have always dreamed of, or said in the Green Garden School, that we continue to focus on the big four. We had already realized the importance of having fours many, many years ago, 20 years ago. We have a big four. Our big four, remember, it's high standards of curricular development and also academic standards. In other words, curricula and also standards for academics that can lead our child to a career of choice. So whenever our child comes home, we always prefer that you don't ask this child or this boy or girl how many marks he got or what grade he got. All what you require, dear parents, is to ask the child, what do you intend to become? What has the school identified, or what abilities do you have that will enable you to become this or the other? We are saying, let our children be entertained, go to the careers of their choice, and which they are able to to be engaged in. Let our children become models. Let our children become dancers. Let our children become doctors. Let our children become lawyers. Let our children become mercenaries. Let our children become what they are capable of doing and what they are able to do. I know there are times that the parents, and now me being one of them, will dictate my child would become a doctor, so you can have a doctor in the family. And then the child is forced to become a doctor in the family. I have now, on many occasions, met several girls and boys who have become doctors, but they never wished to become doctors. But their parents insisted on. They wanted to be maybe models of different kinds within the country. So let the children be what they want to be. And let us set an example, we, the parents at the kindergarten school, by encouraging the girls and boys to become what they are capable of doing. And all the time, follow up your child or asking him or her what he or she is able to do and work. I know every parent here in this school can manage to make his child become what the child wants to be. You have, I know you all have resources to direct your child to any career that you think is suitable to your child. Therefore, to you parents, I wish to express our appreciation for your active contribution towards our children's education, which we appreciate. And today, today is a great day for both you and your children. I'm sure that this graduate ceremony will be a bonding point between you, among you, as parents, teachers, and children. We also thank you for your support in providing us with the necessary resources. I know, if you remember, it is the resources you pay, you give to us that enable us to learn the school very, very smoothly. And I must passionately and genuinely, parents of the Greek Girls School, thank you for your great support. We have not had, in the course of the year, any problems of people unable or not being able to appreciate that we are in a private school, and therefore, whatever resources we use, whatever anything that we require to use or utilize for the purpose of enhancing our education here, that the money required or any other resources required have to come from you parents. And I'm happy that the parents of the Green Garden School have highly appreciated this. And I can sometimes say this, we are closing the year in the Green Garden School, unlike any other institution in this country, without any debt, because we have met your obligation at the right time. We have given the children what they require and what they need. We have, including being able to pay all our teachers. So we are closing the school and closing the year without any debts because you have already made sure that you have paid or provided the necessary resources in the course of the year in the right time. So thank you very, very much for this kind of support. However, in the course of this year or next year, we may be forced by circumstances to adjust the fee slightly in order to conform with the current tax adjustment in the country, which will affect some of our utilities in the school. And I know you will understand this, that with the tax adjustment, we are likely also to find that some of the utilities that we need will have to go up here and there, but we shall be very considerate and we shall never try to go beyond what is required by such adjustments. To the graduating classes, I would like to congratulate you very much for your successful achievement. You have gone through an important phase of your life, which has laid firm foundation of your lifelong learning. Let me emphasize on this. We have given you abilities. We have tried our best to make you people who engage in learning for the rest of your life. We are not talking of people who are only going to be in school for the next 4 years, for the next 6 years. We want to, we are sure, out of you, you are going to be able to become people who are going to embrace learning for the rest of your life. And we wish you the best on this. As you know, our school motto is for the service of God and humanity. And we hope you will continue when you go out to emphasize for this. Whenever you give any service to this country, wherever you are going to be, remember you are doing it to God, and you are also doing it for the rest of the humanity. Your parents are very proud of you today, and they have high hopes for you in the future. Always remember that a hard-working daughter, a hard-working son, a hard-working girl child will always make the parent very, very proud. So I'm sure you always make your parents very, very proud of you. And when you make them very proud of you, they will give you all the necessary support and all the necessary resources to be able to pursue your academics and to be able to pursue the demands of your career. And at the end of the day, you have a career that will make you happy for the rest of your life. I have a career that has made me happy the rest of my life. I made a choice to become a teacher. My parents never forced me. I could have become those old good days anything else. But that time I said I want to be a teacher, a job and a profession that I have enjoyed for the much of my life. So I like you also, wherever you will be, you'll be properly supported by your parents to enjoy your career for the rest of your life. So may I wish you the best, those who are graduating, and hope that you will be able to achieve the best in life. Having said that, I know we have another special guest today whom I would like to introduce to you to give us some more other kind of advice and counseling so that we are able to live, both as parents and students today, with something that we can rely on for the rest of the time that we are going to be here and for the rest of the time in our lives. So we have a very special guest today and very interesting. We have Father Patrick Kariuki. Father Patrick Kariuki is our chief guest today. As you know and you are aware, one of our strong pillars of the Green Garden School is development of the strong Christian morals and values. Therefore, whenever we are choosing guests, we try to balance it all, and we get people who also have a strong background in one of the pillars that has made us survive the Green Garden School. Therefore, Father Patrick Kariuki holds a diploma in counseling. He also holds a BA in theology, and he works at Contemplative Evangelizers of Christ, Karen. He is an administrator there. So this is a very special guest, and we always say the Green Garden School has no bias to any religious inclination. You notice here, our now president who is the new president of the school now? Hassan. By the name, I suspect many other things, but welcome, Hassan. Okay, thank you very much, Father. May I welcome you now to come and address the parents and our learners.
I'm so delighted to be here. And I'll just ask one thing before we start. I give my speech. You know this gentleman next to me on my right? He never knew that the child something was prepared for that. He never knew. So I really just stand for him, for the work he did because he wanted to save that child. Also, let's stand up for him. Thank you. Be seated. Our most esteemed directors, administrators, teachers, supportive staff, dear parents, students, and beloved friends, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. I'm delighted to address you at the school mark 28 years in foundation and going to the heights. They are none other denoted. We do not need a reward or a medal just to prove that we have something special within us all. All of us, we are blessed with talents
and worthy of being victorious. And this is what this day is all about. And I add, in my own words, hard work and determination. To be able to attain the goal of education in Kenya's system today, all personalities of people's parents and teachers are to become team players. They have become team players and all need to be inclusive. If you allow me, I desire to address the above groups in persons and separately. Allow me first to address to you, graduates and students of this Green Garden School. The lesson you have acquired in school will surely help you to get through the next stage, but also you need to remember that also formulas and poems, everything that you have memorized, they are not only the things that will help you through. You also need to retain things you have learned other than the academic stuff. Example, these the things you gained in school, able to study in class and have a presentation. The good manners that you have learned in school and how even to behave. Table manners and many other things that you have learned about yourself, that you will be able to discover who you are as a person. That goes beyond textbook. Let them become the values which will shape your future life. These values will need them, not only in school, but also in university, but even after in the life. Martin Luther Jr. said, and I quote him, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." And I'm sure you have gotten both. That is intelligence and character. There's another thing that you need also to remember. This is a lesson that I have learned for many years. I've learned to appreciate others and remember that we cannot stand by our own. You need others that you may be able to stand. God has made it possible to see through the challenges and come stronger and better. And that's why you're able to graduate today. There are another important thing, aside the ideas as well. It is one piece of advice that I want to give you. I would like to give you that you may be able to learn. To be able to learn, you need to listen to others. Listen to your parents. Listen to the people who talk to you. Internalize all that you have been taught. And this goes without that you have to go also work together with respect to the young and old. Those doing exam in the next few days, and especially those of Form 4 who have started and Standard 8, have confidence, and then you emerge victorious. The former U.S. First Lady Michelle Obama said, it is absolutely still possible to make a difference. It is still that you can still make a difference in your life. Be that person that make the difference in your life, that others may be able, all those people you meet in life. A few words to the teachers and the formators. Thank you for becoming second parent to these students. You are fathers and mothers. And I'm very sure that many parents don't know what to do with the children for the 2 months. And I know that you are happy when they are in school. But these your teachers here, they have taken all becoming mothers and fathers. God will pay you your dedication for the good work well done. I know many parents are happy when their daughters and sons are in school. They know they are in good cares and they are protected. Thank you for sharing your knowledge despite of many changes in our new curriculum. We change day after day. In fewer times, I have visited this school, and I have noted in delight the good care you give to the students and the parents wherever they come here in this school. I appreciate you and I salute you. To my dear parents and guardians, please listen to me carefully. My dear parents, thank you for the great sacrifice that you have made, and it is a duty well done that for your child, that he or she may be able to attain a bright future. Parents, guardians, and partners, parents, partner with your child and the teachers to achieve the goal of the child, especially in the new system, where that you need to become a player in it. Your child go through changes in moods and behaviors as they grow. They can be challenging, and most of things are normal, apart from which really affect the child, and especially in the child developmental. As a Catholic priest and a practicing counselor, my dear parents, allow me to speak to you of a theory of a psychologist known as Erikson on developmental psychology of a human person, your child in this case. This theory is very practical. The stage of psychosocial development from birth to adulthood, it is one of the most popular based theory. Erikson identifies 8 stages of a life. Allow me to speak to you about 5 of them that really pertain to your children. That is childhood and adolescence. The first stage, infants, versus that's the first stage, which really is between the moment of birth until the age of 18 months. Infancy is the time that when the child can create a trust or a mistrust to you or the caregivers who are around this person. In the first stage of human development, the infant is exposed to the world, and they learn if the environment is safe and if they can be able to predict about the future. The infant need attention, comfort from their parents and also from the caregiver. It is from the parents that they develop their first sense of trust, or they can lose the trust, and hence they have the mistrust. My question is, do my child trust me? Children continue to display their willpower as they grow. Parents and caregivers, teachers in this case, reaction will impact the child's behavior, and they can affect the child's will and act according to their own, or as well the attitude or misbehavior which they may be able to acquire. So this is very important when the child is trying to get its own and independence and autonomy to become who they are supposed to be. The fourth stage, school age. This is the age of between 6 and 12, and I presume most of your kids are at this age. And this is called school age. And this is where they become industrious, or they get a sense of inferiority. If their characters is not well formed, they have an inferiority complex in themselves. Our relationship of the schoolwork become more important at this stage. The children began to show the wide and complex range of emotion, problems in school, or with friends, and may lead to mental health condition, such as depression or anxiety. Academic and social tasks become more demanding. So this is very important, especially at the age of 6 and 12, when the child is so involved with so much to do. And I like the Matiang system, that you have to let the child become a child. As a preacher, when I go to church and I see kids praying in the church, I tell the Christian, let them children become children. That this is the worst that we have made. That we want our children become grown up. We don't allow them to become whom they are supposed to be. So Erikson says, let the child become what he's supposed to be. So this is very important at this stage, that he may be able to create that, to be able to overcome those anxieties and depression which may come. And the last stage which I want to speak to you is the fifth stage of adolescence. And this is the age of 12 to 18. Those, most of you, going to Form 1, going to the university. In this stage, if you are not able to help the child may lose their identity. This child may not become who it's supposed to be. Adolescents or teens become more independent. They may form identities by trying out new behaviors or roles. You saw what when they were acting here. They want to search. They are curious. This is the stage of puberty. Usually occurs in this stage. It brings many physical and emotional changes. Changes during these years may strain the parent-teen relationship. Sometimes we may think that our children are defiant, or rather they are not listening to us. But we have to understand they are going through a stage of puberty. And they want to identify themselves, especially with what they see. And this is very important for us, that we may be able to understand them. Their new behaviors may go beyond our boundaries. And it may cause problems and emotions. And sometimes may be high, and sometimes they be low. You may see them, they are silent, sometimes they talk much, and you need to understand them. Emotion of being high or low. This could lead to anxiety and sometimes to depression. What is essential for them is that we need to give them a lot of love and also our good relationship. With all above, we need to understand the children and give them the good formation in their life. Do I really know my child? Am I a stranger to my child? And especially to the fathers who are present here. Many fathers have become absent in the lives of their children. They never go even for visit. They are never there. Sometimes we may be able to understand, but sometimes it's very important that you fathers who are present here, try to be present in the life of your child. Every child responds differently from the other. This is another problem that we have as parents. We want to equal all the children. They are different. We have to understand each child is different from the other. And the moment you're able to understand one is different from the other, we may be able to understand. And as I finish talking to you parents, be present in the life of your child. You are going with them for the 2 months. Cultivate friendship and know your child better. Know where your child is and what she or he is doing at every particular moment. Know what they are reading and know what they are watching. Know their friends and those they communicate with. And mostly in the social media. I know that going to home today, they have all the opportunity of getting telephones, your iPhones, the TV, and all the other things. Sometimes they do that because they have nothing else to do. Is there anything else we can try to do and create time with our children? Is there anything else they can be able to do? And mostly, we leave them in the cares of the caregivers at our home, who of them are uncouth and uneducated and bring a lot of problems to them. So, parents, know your child where your child is, mostly, and also the communication, whom they are communicating with in the social media. Lastly, in my long list, be parents and teachers. Parents become teachers, friends, and mentors. The director said about becoming mentors. All above will help your child to be able to dispose of the attitude and behaviors in the learning process. If some stages are not well navigated, the child always causes trouble at home and also may bring trouble in school if there is no good foundation of this child from home. 2 months at home, the month of November and December, in your house is a long time. Plan. And I presume some of you are planned. It's not enough to take your child home. It is enough to be able to plan what they'll be doing and where they will be. It is not enough to take them to shags. It is very important to take them to their shows and their hookahs and you leave them there. At whose care? Who is watching them? What are they doing? These are the questions you need to ask yourself, my dear brothers and sisters. So we need to become team players, the teachers, the parents, and the student, that they may be able to make one of the best in everything. To the directors and administrators, thank you for 28 years of good work. Let the Green Gardens School excel to the heights. To you all, I leave you with the words that I coined from the word team. This word I coined myself. T for the trust. Trust and create trust in others. T for the trust. Trust and create trust to others. E, expectation. Expectation that you are expected to be able to reach your goals. These children and the teachers, they have to reach the goal of the curriculum at the end of the year. So what is expected of me in my team? A, for availability. Enhance everything easily. When we are available, everything works well. And M, for motivation. It helps more. When we motivate others, it helps us to be able to earn our goal. When we are motivated, directors and administrators, motivate your teachers. Motivate your children. Parents, motivate your children that they may become better. And I want to congratulate those who are graduating today, that the good Lord may be able to bless you. Those who are going to high school, that they may be able to work even better for their better future. For those who are doing the exam, that you may emerge victorious, that at the end of the year, that you may be able to go to a better university where the Lord will be able to direct you. As I finish, let me quote Ecclesiasticus chapter 30. The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 30. You can get it online. Sometimes you don't get it in our Bible. In American Bible, Ecclesiasticus chapter 30. He that loves the Son causes him of to feel the Lord, that he have joyed him with the head. He that chases his son or her daughter shall have joy in him, and rejoice with him among the acquaintances. He that teaches the son gives the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice for him. Though his father dies, yet he as though he were not dead, for he has left one behind him that like himself. There the Bible wants to say that if I train a child to the best, what I have left behind is a legacy, and this legacy will be able to continue. I was so proud to be able to know that the directors have left these guys to take the charge of the school, so that they can be able to take it to the heights. And when they make a mistake, you can be able to correct them when you are still alive. May the good God bless you, my brothers and sisters, the teachers, the parents, and all the students, especially the graduates, that you may be able to walk the heights. And that the good Lord may be able to give us the graces that we may be able to continue in doing the best, and especially embracing the new system. I've lived in America for 5 years, and the best thing I loved is the system of of the children. Children that they are not trained down here in Kenya. They go to school at 8 a.m. and they go back home at maybe 2:30. And they have a lot of time. Sometimes we overburden our children. So, as I conclude, may the good God bless you. Parents, maybe you're going to take the chance to be able to bring up your child. If you have many projects in life, your child is your first project. You may be doing many things in life, but your child is your is your first project. So take time to understand your child, protect your child, and work with your child. You don't have any other project that is very important in life. Business, work, they are very important because of our economy and other things. But your child is your best and your first project. As I conclude, and you know this, one child told the mother, "Mom, why do you always close the bedroom? Why do you close the bedroom?" He said, "You know, when I leave you here with the auntie, I may fear she may steal some things from my bedroom, my precious things, my ornament, my good golden chains and all this and that." And the child said to the mother, "Mom, am I not so important than those gold and chains and other things? Can't auntie steal me also? If she can be able to steal those things, also I can be stolen by auntie." So let us take all the best we can, and especially we will be able to help our children, and especially for the 2 months. If you have not thought of it, think what you are going to do with your child for 2 months, because we don't want them in school. When I went to school in the early 70s, there were no tuitions. And I like this. Let children become children. Let them pray and do what they're supposed to do. So we are giving you to go and stay with your child for 2 months. Do your best. And also bring the child back to school, still not illiterate. Asienda kusubaa tu, anasubaa nyumbani tu. You should be able to go and make a timetable that you may be able to help your child. And like this, I beg to finish.
Josephine Jerry, June Faith Akinyi, Kyra Mudhoni, Lauren Acheng, Lea Wamboi, Lisa Marie, Marion Wanjiku, Martha Wangeshi, Mary Frida, Mary Hilda, Mary Mukera, Michelle Nyambura, Michelle Wangoi, Michelle Waidera, Rachel Wamoyo.
We're not going to introduce ourselves. All we could do was cry. But look at us now. Something God overthrow our people. That class of 15 has been a class of change. Has been a class that's going to be a legend. We have been the first people to attend the learning school where we got one experience. Some of us left as doctors, some as chefs. Among us, we have doctors, we have entrepreneurs, we have journalists, we have engineers, name them all. We even have diplomats who went as far as Spain to represent us in the really, when I start that government having actions of each other, out of the heart of my heart, of my heart, and we are meant to be.
Thank you, Lisa. And I'll finish my candidates. I was halted. I was at Tracy Waithera, Trina Wanjiru, Victoria Nyambura, Vivian Waithera.
Thank you, guest of honor, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the Kwaheri team, we have the graduates from the Green Garden School's main school. And therefore, I would like to present to you these graduates. And they are Aisha Nana, Alex Kamiru, Alison Ramba, Andrew Mwangi, Andrew Kimani, Angela Wanjiko, Anne Wanjiro, Annette Mihaki, Asanda Sibanda, Bakita Masi, Barbara Moran, Barbara Nyambura, Brandon Ndewa, Lima Sharia, Christian Gishobi, Christopher Nyaga, Daniel Kabusho, Dankweli Kivuva, Dan Standura, Devin Dungu, Derek Balenzi, Derek Njuguna, Desmond Mwangi, Elizabeth Ngesa, Dylan Tadayo, Elsie Wanjiro, Emma Njoki, Francis Karu, Francis Rabala, Gavin Kuria, Gishuki Masharia, Gloria Wanjiko, Godin Mutunkei, Grace Wamboi, Haniel Nganga, Havi Mawera, Immaculate Wanjiko, Ivy Langat, Janice Wamboi, Jerome Wanyoike, John Talasso, John Wairimo, Christy Deda, Amilian, Michelle Luku, Moses Munene, Mutuma Kinoti, Natasha Njeri, Nelino Wanjiro, Nicole Wanjiro, Olive Chugu, Osbert Ndungi, Paul Masharia, Prudence Waidina, Ray Irungu, Rita Nyangi, Vanessa Wangari, Victoria Wangeshi, Vivian Mukami, Wallace Wainaina, Wangari Karaoke, Wangeshi Kinoti, Wendy Munyiva, Wesley Njonjo, Willie Waweru, and Zach Marash.
I beg and I kindly request the parents of these students, especially the Form 4 candidates, study to stand up and stretch out your hands. We pray for them. Almighty and ever-living God, we thank you for many graces you have given unto us. Thank you for this bright day that we come before you, asking for your mercy and forgiveness. As we bring up our prayers, especially for these, our dear brothers and sisters, the students and the cadets of Study 8 and Form 4. Give them understanding, and more so we pray that you may be able to give them calmness. Be with them, and day by day that you may be able to protect them. At the end of the day, that they may become victorious. Almighty and living God, we know that you are God who gives everything, especially knowledge, intelligence, and also remembrance, and all that they need to be able to recall, that you may be able to bless them. And may Almighty God be able to bless you, guide you, inspire you, walk with you, and He'll give you all the graces that you need. And may Almighty God be able to bless you, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. This candle, to congratulate you for the having completed the recommended coursework of the high school in the Green Garden School. Walk in the light as you serve God and humanity.
I give you this certificate and the candle to congratulate you for having completed the recommended coursework of primary school in the Greek Garden School. Walk in the light as you serve God and humanity.
graduates. Graduates, on behalf of the Green Garden School, we are going to miss you. I'm crying. On behalf of the Green Garden Schools, we are going to miss you. Walk in the light and not in darkness. The other one, I want to give a clap to some group of people. Every year I take time to honor someone. And this year I want to honor this particular group of people. Number one, if you are a parent and you had your child from preschool until class 8 or preschool until Form 4, kindly stand up. To class 8 or Form 1 to Form 4, kindly stand up. Who has ever had a child in the Green Garden School? Then you have your class 5, the baby of the house now. Please stand up. Very good. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You are also an elder of the Green Garden Schools. You can have your seats. I really want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. So tell your neighbor, Teacher Wamboi wishes you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Teacher Wamboi Kehu, and I'm delighted to be the Deputy Managing Director in charge of the main school and the high school. Let us pray. Our Father, we thank you for giving us life. Thank you for giving us such a beautiful occasion today. Thank you for holding up the rains even when the meteorological people had told us it will rain 90%. We bless you and we honor you. Thank you for helping us to keep time. And thank you for each and every activity. Now we pray that you'll honor our parents as they stay with the children over the holidays, that you'll go with us and bless us, that you have your shield and angels guard upon each one of our children, that you'll do them good in everything that they do, oh God. And that at the end of the day, when some of them will meet in January, oh God, we will surely give you the glory and the honor. We thank you for everything that you have done for us, and even this occasion. Thank you, God, for giving us something to eat this particular afternoon. We don't take it for granted for many who have food but cannot eat, and those who have no food, oh God. And therefore, God, because you have blessed us with something, we take time to thank you. We bless you and honor you, because this afternoon, this is our humble prayer in Jesus' name.
take a 10-gram mass and another 10 gram. As you can see. We can also use this beam balance for home use. I'll take half a grain, half kg, and 1 kg. The 1 kg grain is heavier. That is mass. On to our second stop is capacity. These are beakers. They come in different shapes and they measure different capacities. This exact beaker is 50 liters. Different containers measure different, hold different capacities. This is a half-liter bottle, a 1-liter bottle, 50-liter can, 5, a 10-liter big can, and a 20-liter jerry can. This is an abacus. The purpose of this abacus is helping children understand place value and literature value. All you have to do is take a bottle top and teach the children the different values. This is a different type of an abacus. The purpose of this abacus is used for simple addition and subtraction.
Here is our homestead. The roof of this homestead is half cylinder and the bottom are cuboid. Here is a pipe with an open cylinder as a tank. Here is another tank, but a closed cylinder. We have a dog's kennel. The roof of this dog's kennel is a triangular prism and a half cylinder. The bottom are cuboid. The walls of our beautiful garden are with cubes. We have a pyramid and a chaff rectangle. We use the chaff to, well, animals drink from. Here is another building. The roof of this building is a triangular prism and the bottom a rectangular based prism, also known as a cuboid. We also take this to our mat house right there. The mat house has a roof of a triangular prism and the bottom a cuboid. There are other shapes like a triangle and a rectangle. I hope you have enjoyed our maths.
Thank you. Here we have a model of a river system. This is River Athi and its source is Ngong Hills. On the slopes of Ngong Hills, we have forests that act as water catchment areas. River Athi has several tributaries. Where these tributaries meet is known as a confluence. This is the young stage of a river, whereby the slopes are very steep and the speed of the water is high. As the river flows on, it passes through Tsavo National Reserve. Tsavo has various types of animals like lions, antelopes, giraffes, zebras, and many others. This acts as a tourist attraction and earns foreign exchange. Here we have our homestead. People normally build their houses along the bank of the river because this is a source of water. This is the middle stage of a river, whereby the velocity of the water has reduced and the meanders aren't very much pronounced. As the river nears its mouth, the meanders are very much pronounced and may cut off to form oxbow lakes. Also, the velocity of the water has reduced. As the river enters its mouth, it passes through a single channel known as an estuary. Along the coast, we have mangrove forests. These are examples of halophytes. Halophytes are plants that live in salty, swampy areas. We also have marine life like corals, snails, and many others. Thank you.
Thank you. When magma is being ejected to the surface of the earth, is known as eruption. When magma may pass through a pipe known as a vent or a secondary pipe known as a dike, the lava layers are left behind after eruption. Now, I'm going to show you a demonstration of how eruption occurs. A mixture of ink, hydroperoxide, and shower gel. We add the potassium to make it erupt.
Take off. Watch.
Good girl.
wind, which is used to measure direction of wind. The arrow points to where the wind blows from, while the tail points to where the wind is blowing to. This is an anemometer, which is used to measure speed of wind. This is a windsock, which is used to measure direction and strength of wind. It is majorly found in airports and airstrips. It is painted white and black to make it more visible. Thank you.
We take as many times as possible, paint them so they can look beautiful. We put soil in them, grow a vegetable, put soil in them, put water so they can grow.
We can all... Good afternoon and welcome all. Did you know a mosaic is a mounting technique? In mosaic, we only use one material. This, as you can see, this is a hen. We have used feathers to make it. Doesn't it look wow?
This is collage, the opposite of mosaic. It is made from a collection of materials or media. As you can see here, there are black pins, green drums, beads, and lace. And here is beading. They are mainly worn as ornaments to enhance. They are mainly worn by ladies to enhance their beauty. This is a necklace, mainly worn around the neck, and this is a bracelet, worn around the wrist. Do I look more handsome?
Good. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for creation.
A montage is whereby you stick different parts of the body, mainly from the shoulder going downwards and the head. Here we have a famous football player, Max Rodriguez, with the head of a model stuck on top. Next, I'll talk about memory. As you know, we are children and we love animation. The artist here must have missed these two animations so much that she decided to draw them. Here we have Ronnie Ann from the famous animation known as Loud House, and here we have SpongeBob from the other animation known as SpongeBob. The next form of art would be perspective. This is when you draw closer objects, more detailed and larger in size, and further objects small in size and have less detail. Here, as done, the posts are larger in size when closer and smaller in size and less detailed when further, same as to the trees and the hills. Thank you for your time.
Tell them I'm the one who did this. I am Shalon Wangoi. I am the one who has done that. And Alison.
My name is Alison and I was able to do this.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Miriam Galgad and Richard Mwita. We're together.
The other form of art that we have is drawing through observation. Here is when the artist observes something and like from a magazine or a book or in real life and is able to draw it. Here the artist was able to observe a very beautiful butterfly and was able to draw it very well. The other form of art that we have is pencil and rubber art. This is drawing through shading. The artist here has used an aspect of art called tonal variation. Tonal is the lightness and darkness in shading. As you can see here, there's a difference in the tone of the drawing. There's lightness here and darkness here. The other form of art that we have is still life composition. A real life object is placed before you and you're required to draw it very well. Here the artist was placed for a vase and with flowers inside it and was able to draw something very beautiful. She was able to compose a very beautiful vase with flowers hanging out from it. Here the artist also used the aspect of art known as tonal variation. In the water in the flower vase. The other form of art that we have is imagination. Here the artist is able to imagine something out of the world, like an angel perhaps. I've never seen an angel, but I am sure I will be able to draw it. Here the artist was able to imagine a lady with the body of an insect, and the other artist was able to imagine a lady in the body of a snake. The other form of art that we have is portrait. Portrait is an equivalent of a passport photo, except from this time it's in a drawing. The artist was able to draw a very beautiful drawing of a girl. That's all we have for you today. Thank you.
And I'm Sharon and I'm the one who drew that.
See that? And I'm Sharon and I'm the one who drew the drawings from memory.
There are two types of electricity: parallel, static, and current. I'm going to talk about static. Static electricity is when you're rubbing two surfaces together. Like my colleague here is going to rub this ruler on his dry hair. And some electrons will take the paper. This is called static electricity. I'll pass it over to my colleague who's going to talk about parallel.
Current electricity is electricity that flows through wires. Sources of current electricity are, for example, this wind turbine. When you rotate it, it will make electricity which is taken to this transformer and distributed to the neighboring houses. Another example is this solar panel. A solar panel attracts sunlight and converts it into electricity using photocells. Last but not least, there is the dry cell arrangement.
There is parallel and series. Parallel is like this. It's arranged in one direction. Series is when you are putting the positive and the negative side. Look, the light is dim, but if you continue putting up batteries, the light is going to become more and more. Thank you. And if you have any more questions, you can just ask. My name is Bellamy, and my colleague name is?
And my name is Shantanui.
And you're in class?
And you're in class? I am in class 7 West and
I'm in class 7 South. Here are talking about electricity.
Cut a small piece and put it in a test tube. Then she shall add a few drops of sodium hydroxide solution. Then we shall also add a few drops of this blue, which is also called copper 2 sulfate, as I had said earlier. And as she shakes, you see that it's still taking the color of this, which shows that this bread does not have protein in it. So never be lied to in a store that is protein in bread. Never be lied to.
So here we are going to talk about making soap with the local available materials in our local shops in the market. First of all, our first ingredient is palm oil, which in chemistry is known as alkyl benzene. But it's palm oil, but in green sense it's added another compound. Then we're going to put sulfuric acid. Here it's divided into two because it's very dangerous to handle sulfuric acid itself. So they've divided it for us so that we can be able to handle it ourselves. Since we added the acid, we are going to need to neutralize the solution. So we are going to add sodium hydroxide, which if you don't have it, you can use the common salt at home. In the end product of our ingredients will be this, which is soap with foam, but when you let it settle for some time, it will come out to be this. Soap in natural sense, it's clear, but you can have different colors of soap according to how you want it. You can have pink, you can have green, and then you can have white. That's going to be our soap.
Okay, so we are going to test. We are going to burn money. Yeah, but your money will come back intact. So let's. She's putting the 1,000 note in water. Then she's going to dip it in nail polish remover, which is also known as acetone or ethanol in chemistry. And so now we're going to burn your money.
Be careful. That is fine. Wow. Didn't burn.
So as you've seen, the money didn't completely burn because this is how we test the different boiling points in different liquids. In water, the boiling point, water boils at 100 degrees, and the nail polish remover, which is also acetone, boils at 78 degrees. So when we dipped it in water,
and then later dipped it in the acetone, we saw that the money couldn't burn because the acetone evaporated because they have different boiling points. Yes, thank you.
So hi, I'm Stephanie Muruki, and we are doing the dissection of rabbits over here. So first I'm going to explain how we dissect rabbits. So first of all, we put this rabbit into deep coma by use of chloroform so that it may not die. Then we use a pair of scissors and scalpel to tear the skin off. And now, for us, by mistake, we cut some of the veins out over here, so it's died eventually. So then we cut the inner skin of the rabbit into half, and then we are now seeing the systems of the rabbit. And mainly we are now doing the anatomy of the rabbit. And anatomy is the study of internal structures of a living organism. And in an organism there are systems such as the circulatory system, the respiratory system, the digestive system, and the reproductive system. And now I would mainly just try to summarize the digestive system, which says that the digestive system is consisting of the alimentary canal and organs such as the liver and the pancreas, which are not part of the digestive system, they're just organs. And we have the hydrochloric acid, which is to stimulate a proper acidic pH for the digestion of proteins in the stomach. And we have the gastric juice, which digests the proteins into peptides. And finally, the food gets out of the stomach through the pyloric sphincter, and that's what we prepared for you this afternoon.
A doctor in the making. Give her a clap.
In the significance of our solar system is the rotation and the revolution of the Earth. The rotation of the Earth is the movement of the Earth on its own axis, and it has effects. And one of the effects, it causes day and night. And the second effect, it has a difference of 1 hour between the meridians. Like for example, Nigeria, and the difference between Nigeria and Kenya are 3 hours. And we have also revolution. Revolution is the movement of the Earth around the sun. And there are also effects. The effects, one of the effects is it causes the lunar eclipse. As you saw this year, you saw the lunar eclipse. And it also causes the 4 seasons. Thank you.
So before we start, us as the Green Garden Robotics team, we had a competition in Bukau where we won robots. We won a trophy for the game. We were position 2, and then we won the directors award where we took the ceremony and won. Where we proceeded to Houston, Texas, and we did our project, our robot game, and we were given the judges award trophy.
So our robot was designed to come into this mission. It comes and then it rolls this one back, and we earn points for that. This one also comes in front and picks this one up and bring it back to base.
The computers are for programming. We use apps to program. We don't use the language. Yeah, it's a basic tool. Yeah.
So with the robotics, the hydrodynamics, it was about, we were supposed to come up with solutions about water. And that's why there is a robot game whereby a robot can be able to do that. It's not everything that man can do, but a robot can be able to do, even without maybe we being there. And after that, the children also were able to come up with a project to solve the water problem in semi-arid and arid areas. The project is there. They came up with a project whereby we decided to use a pit latrine. We looked at those people who live very far away, like maybe Turkana, and there is no water, it is a dry area. So we use a pit latrine, and that particular pit latrine, we are going to separate solid waste and liquid waste. So it is all about innovation. This is where we are going, parents, where we are looking at how do we come up with solutions using STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And that is what we are doing in the Green Garden Schools. We want to introduce every child to this particular venture.
Chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. Hey, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are a chosen generation, we've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, for I know who I am.